You read that title right. The Bob? Who's Bob? Yes, you read that title right. The Boss Babe courses are coming for your sourdough bread. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Chelsea. You know that. I know that. I'm just lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. That bulldog is sleeping in his little beanbag on the other side of my office. So even though he's on the other side of my office, he is very loud. And I'm not one to shush him up. He lives here. He's my boss. Anyways, so it's not your refrigerator or anything or a spooky person sleeping in your attic. I mean, it could be. I don't know. But it's most likely just the sound of bulldog snores. Anyways, like I said in our little cold open, hold your loaves super tight because the boss babes are coming for them. Before we get too far into the craziness of this video, let's talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is Typology. Typology is a French skincare brand, and today I want to talk to you about and showcase their tinted trio. One of the questions I get the most on my channel, other than what's that sound in the background? Is someone sawing logs? It's my bulldog snoring next to me. But probably the second most commented question is, what are you wearing on your face? You're so glowy. And for about the last 2 months, it has been Typology. More specifically, it has been their tinted serum, their serum concealer, their bronzing drops, and their glow drops. Typology is a vegan and cruelty-free skincare brand with products that are formulated and manufactured in France. They aim to only keep the essentials in their products. Their formulas are short, minimalist, and made of over 80% ingredients from natural origins. Their products are in recycled and recyclable containers, and they're PETA and B Corp certified. The tinted serum is formulated with vitamin C, squalane, and aloe vera. It provides light coverage to highlight rather than to hide the natural skin. Silicone-free, non-clogging, available in 6 shades and 99% naturally derived. Their tinted concealer is available in 6 shades, has high to medium coverage. I feel like every time I use this, I am very impressed by the coverage. Reduces the appearance of dark circles and puffiness, as well as redness from blemishes, instantly and long-term. And it's enriched with caffeine and niacinamide. And now probably one of my favorites is their tinted lip oil. They have a new shade, Black Cherry, which you bet your tuchus I will be wearing during the holidays. And this lip oil is hands down the best one I have ever used. It delivers nutrition, suppleness with a glossy, non-sticky finish. And it's available in 6 shades, including untinted, which I love. And it contains active ingredients of squalane, jojoba oil, and vitamin E. And of course, 98% naturally derived. And if you click the link in my description box, you can receive a free biphase makeup remover with 1% pea peptides and castor oil with your purchase of $40 or more. It's enriched with soothing chamomile hydrosol and is very sensitive on the eyes. So treat yourself and your skin, and make sure you click the link in my description box. And thank you again, Typology, for sponsoring this video. Have you ever had a hobby, something that you just really enjoy? Well, are you monetizing it? Because you better monetize every single thing you enjoy. Because if you're not making as much money as you can in your spare time every second of the day, all passive income, it's never passive income, then what are you doing? You ain't living if you ain't selling. Sourdough, bread, baked goods, things like that is definitely something that has taken over social media yet again, just like it did during the schmamdemic. You ain't gonna get me, monetization AI. And thanks to social media, people have been sharing their recipes, tutorials, just a bunch of aesthetically pleasing things. Sometimes it can get into like the trad wife and like fundy craziness, but let's stay on like the cottage side of it and not go to like the fundy trad wife homesteader side of it, because it gets real crazy over there. So thanks to the capitalistic pit of despair that we all live in, you can't just enjoy something, do it on the side, have a hobby, dare I say, an enjoyable hobby. No, you better girl boss until you die. But we all know on this channel, if you watch it, hey, you're here, hi, thanks. Make sure you subscribe, because that's a way that your butt looks good. If you subscribe, your butt looks good. If you're not subscribed, that is a saggy butt. Now, we all know the real way to make money is to teach people how to do the thing that you are claiming you are making all your money from, rather than just, dare I say, doing said thing. To put it in perspective for you, it would be like me having a course where I teach people, charge upwards of $200, and teach people how to make YouTube videos and secretly actually make all my money from that, rather than making money from creating content and doing sponsorships. Now, of course, why would you want to learn something from someone who isn't actually doing said thing and rather they are just teaching you to do said thing? It drives me absolutely crazy and I hate it so much. Now, I don't know if y'all have seen it lately, but there have been a lot of people on social media doing micro bakeries, bread stands, little bakery stands, and things like that. Kind of like how there are free little libraries or little free libraries. Like, for instance, I have a little free library. I love it. It's so cute. I wish it was more active, but whenever someone walks by and takes a book, I probably scare them away, honestly, because I get too excited and I go talk to them. But we put it in our little community garden that we have, that we steward, dare I say, with a couple of our other neighbors, and I love it. It makes me so happy. And have I thought of doing something like this and maybe, hey, instead of like books, maybe I should, put treats in there, or I don't know, do something like that. I've thought that could be cool too. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be paid for, your hard work or your time or a good or a service or anything like that. But this kind of takes it to a whole new level. So there is this girl on Instagram who has gone, I guess you could say viral. Her videos do have pretty good views. And her name is Jess, and her Instagram name is Microbakery Girl. She's a woman, a grown girl, a grown woman. And of course, red flag number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In her bio, it says helping you make money, baking bread and cookies. Hey, how about you just make bread and cookies and do all that? You don't have to do that. You don't have to help people make money doing that. Her branding is so cute. And thank you to another Jess, actually, who sent this over to me. But her branding is so cute. Her marketing is so cute. Her labels, the aesthetic, all that. Adorable. Looks like, it's a little, I was going to say witchy town, but it looks very like Gilmore Girls. And listen, I live for that vibe. I love it so much. But where I have an issue is where it seems like she has completely stopped marketing her actual stand and started marketing instead her course and a work from home opportunity and how she can teach you how to do all of this. So for instance, here is a screenshot from one of her posts and it says, imagine a job where you get to wear pajamas, bake cookies, and make money. Oh wait, it exists. It's called a microbakery. And you might be thinking there's got to be a lot of like limitations, things she's got to meet, some requirements, inspection, paperwork, things like that, right? And you're not wrong. But it seems like she does have an answer for almost all of those questions in her comment section, which I do appreciate. So this person asked, many towns would not allow this. Where are you? I love it all. So not negative. And she said, micro bakeries are legal in all 50 states in the US. I'm in the Midwest. Some neighborhoods might not allow a bread stand on your lawn, but you can allow your customers to pick up their orders instead, which is true. I mean, you might live in like an HOA or something where you can't have that. Assume that she does not live in an HOA because it just doesn't look like she does. And plus she has a free little library like on her front yard as well. And I feel like in a lot of HOAs, you wouldn't be allowed to have that. One thing that I do think is weird though, is that it does look like it's pretty close to her front door. It's like in the middle of her front yard, it looks like. I mean, I don't know, she might have it like zoomed out or something, but having the free little library that close and the bakery that close to like your front door, no thank you. She's posting about all of this from her Microbakery Girl Instagram page, which has over 74,000 followers. By this time, it's probably more. But the thing is that on her branding and on her labels and her like big sign that she has like on her sidewalk or whatever, first of all, it has the Instagram name on it, on the big sign. It says that the Instagram page is Little Loaf Micro Bakery. But then when you search that on Instagram, that account has like been wiped. So how's that course working out for you, girl? Like what? Now you got to fix all that branding. Seems pretty counterproductive. Seems like you didn't girl boss good enough. That's so strange to me. And then there's a QR code. And when you scan that, it takes you to a Wikipedia page. A Wikipedia page that is not about a micro bakery or sourdough or a microbrewery. Nothing. It's so weird. I don't understand what's happening. Let's get back to a few little things that I don't hate, that I do like. So for instance, in her comment section, she consistently is answering people's questions. So for instance, this person said, where do you get your labels printed? And she answered them and, gives This girl is not gatekeeping. I love that. And someone else, did you build your own stand? And she said, I bought the plans on Etsy, genius. And then had someone from my church help me assemble it. Wonderful. Like this is great. And another person, are there local licenses or rules for this? And she said, yes, there are. Love that. Make sure everyone's following the correct regulations. Each state in the US has its own unique set of rules for running a home bakery. Where do you live? They didn't answer, but I love it, girlfriend. That's great. And then someone actually did ask one of the questions that I was like, this is weird. What's going on? They said, in New York, I heard you have to pass inspection. They said expecting, but I think they meant inspection to make sure a personal kitchen is up to code. Is that wrong? And she said, from my research, only 8 states require kitchen inspections, and New York is not one of them. And they said, wow, that's great. Do you have insurance? And she said, I do have insurance, but you're not required to have insurance to run a home bakery, though I highly recommend it. Mostly with insurance, it's going to be like liability and shit like that, where some dummy does something. If they're just coming to, buy something and then that's it, then and leaving or picking something up, then you wouldn't necessarily have like that type of insurance, So like I said, I do love that she is consistently and very nicely going above and beyond. Like, she doesn't have to answer questions like that, but going above and beyond and answering all these questions, that's wonderful. And in my head, I was like, hey, what would be really, really smart is if she charged maybe $100. Maybe if there were like templates and stuff, or like other sources, or like step-by-step how to do stuff. Okay, $100, so that people don't have to go look for that information. They can just buy it. It's, a PDF, whatever, and it has everything in there together. That would be awesome. However, like I've always said before, my issue is one, the pricing with, of course, plot twist, not plot twist or spoiler or anything like that. She's selling a course. It's the marketing of it and the pricing. So for instance, join my microbrewery school waiting list. A school? No. It's not a school. It's a PDF, ma'am. What are you doing? Crazy. Oh, okay. And this is the part that I hate so much. Discover how to start a low cost, not going to be low cost, home-based. It could be home-based, yeah. Microbakery. I feel like I keep saying microbrewery this entire video, so I'm really sorry about that. Also, my kid's screaming. He's been screaming a lot lately. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Anyways, in your spare time that pays you weekly, where's the protective language? Serves your community, I hate it, and fills your heart with joy. Because everything that fills your heart with joy has to pay you, and everything that pays you has to fill your heart with joy. What's your passion and meaning? How about your job pays your bills? That's the purpose of your job, okay? If you want to be filled with purpose and serve, go to a soup kitchen. This is not a soup kitchen. But saying that things would like pay you weekly and all that, like there are a lot of supplies that go into this, clearly. And what I think that she's doing is using the course aspect of it to continue to fund the bakery, which, okay, like business wise, fine, I guess. Because technically, if you're just sending out like a digital download, then it's really just like your time and not really other resources that you're putting into a PDF being sent to someone. However, you have your ink from your printer. You have your printer. Maybe you already had it, but still, you have all these little like ribbons and bows. You have the bags. You have your baking supplies. You have the plans from Etsy for the bakery thing you made. Did you pay that person they're from your church, so they probably didn't charge you, but did you pay that person anything? And then having a point of sale system, is that what I'm trying to say? Anyways, a system to be able to take in those transactions. And then you have taxes. Yes, taxes. If you're making more than $600 in revenue, then yeah, you're gonna be filing taxes. So I assume that she is. I'd say that it's not low cost at all. Doing the marketing of this with the whole like boss babe type of sleazy marketing is gross, but then also it's so strange that the QR code takes you to a Wikipedia page and then the social media pages have been wiped. Like, I do not understand that. Now, one thing I do at least appreciate is that the website, the microbakeryschool.com, it does have a lot of information on it, and it does say like exactly what you will be getting. And then also each module is like laid out as well. So I really like that. But just setting up this narrative or idea that like you don't have to have any fancy equipment. Okay, but you need like the basic equipment. You don't have to have any prior baking experience. sure, if you can follow a recipe, like that's great, but also you should at least like practice something, because if you are going to sell a good, especially like a baked good that people are eating or anything people are eating, it should be good. And if it's coming from a home-based business, it is most likely going to price a little higher. And then also her saying things like, with a microbakery, as it says on her website, with a microbakery, you can spend your free time baking fresh bread, cookies, and brownies, and then sell your treats with a bread stand outside your home, a local farmer's market, or through pickup and delivery, which is perfect for apartment dwellers. How much free time do you have? Like that's a lot of free time. And then making all this packaging is also a lot of free time. And then making the content to promote it so that people actually come is also good amount of free time. Girl, this is a part-time job. So she does make a good point with this little snippet that's on her website too, which I've said before, whenever we talk about courses and programs and things like that, when I always say like, listen, I don't think like, don't give out the information for free, because it took you time to find all the information and to actually like, there is value in, sure, people can look it up for free, but there's value in someone not having to look it up for however many hours, and then just being able to like find everything updated for their niche, like in one place. So for instance, here she says, when I first started my microbrewery journey, I saw others running successful micro bakeries and no one was teaching it step by step. I found loads of information, but most of it was outdated or confusing. So I had to figure it out all on my own, and it was exhausting. I would have given so much, over $200, just to have a one-stop shop that would teach me everything I needed, which is why I created the microbrewery school. So you don't have to waste time figuring it out on your own. Instead, you can spend time baking goods and getting paid for it. With over 15 hours of content, workbooks, checklists, templates, and more, plus a private community for ongoing support long after you've completed the course, you'll have everything you need to start, run, and grow your own profitable microbakery. Honestly, if she would just change the girl bossy like marketing and verbiage, I honestly wouldn't have that much of a problem with this. I know that sounds crazy. Okay, so for instance, I have a digital marketing guide on my website, ChelseaSuarez.com, and I have it on there for free. Once I actually like am able to take the time to full finish it, I might put like another version of it on there that's like way more extensive and even has like B-roll and stuff that you can use for reels and all that. Then yeah, I might actually have it up there for like, I don't know, $50 or something. And then just have more of like a comprehensive, like the more comprehensive, like free, not basic, but like very extensive starter guide on there for free. It's really just the marketing of it all so far. And then also the weird aspects that her Instagram like is not there, which is strange. And then also along with that, the QR code taking you to a Wikipedia page is wild. And also, as long as she isn't doing like a whole master resale rights type thing where she's like, oh, and guess what? You could sell this course too. That would be insane. I don't think that that's what she's doing. And I just saw too, she actually has a refund policy, which I mean, technically everyone does. And most master resale rights things, which is, this is a master resale rights, but most digital courses, whatever, have it to where like, yeah, we have a refund policy. There's no refunds. But with this, it even says you have a full 30 days to go through the microbakery school and implement what you learn. And if for any reason you're unhappy with your purchase, simply send me a message and I'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. So that's great. I do just think it is so important though for the marketing, again, to not be as like girl bossy and sleazy, because I don't think that it's realistic. For instance, under her FAQ section on her website, it says, how much can I make with my microbakery? Like this is not realistic expectations, and it's wild to me. So it says the average sale price of each item in my microbakery is $15. Some sell for more, some sell for less, but that's the average. If you sell 10 per week, you'd made $150 per week and $600 per month. If you're able to bake and sell 25 items per week, you make $375 per week. So like I said, these expectations aren't really, I don't want to be like they're not good, but they're it's just not attainable. And sure, we could be like, okay, well, she's just doing like simple math on here. But yes, but when you put it in this type of phrasing, like for instance, she says some micro bakeries make as much as 6,000 to 8,000 per month from home. Who are you selling it to? Like these people probably have a ton of foot traffic, or a bigger audience. Like if you don't have any foot traffic or a following or, things like that, like how are you going to be selling more than 10 items a week, right? Like, so also there's one thing that she keeps saying on her website, and I'm paraphrasing here, but saying that you can work, 2 to 3 hours a day and then making a few, extra bucks here and there a week, or working more and it could replace your full-time income. Obviously that's like subjective because it's like, okay, well, what is your full-time income, right? Like I could not do that to replace my full-time income. No, I could not. Maybe a student, sure, maybe they could, but let's say full-time income, let's say $30,000 a year. Are you going to be making $30,000 a year profit or take home rather to replace your income from a micro bakery? Probably not, bud. So I just feel like it's not realistic. I think she's using the course to continue to fund the stand. And it's kind of just like, not a vicious cycle, but it's really just like a snake eating its own tail there. If she was selling the course for less, for instance, she says that it's 50% off right now. Now, was it ever $500? I don't know. That would be ridiculous. But listen, for $247 with allegedly all of the information that you get and all of like the templates and freebies and not freebies because you're paying for it, but all the templates and information and all that, like, I don't necessarily think that that's like outrageously priced. However, $500 for all of that is forking crazy. No, absolutely not. Like that's wild. So anyways, Jess, love the aesthetic, love that. Don't love the QR code that goes to Wikipedia. Don't love that your micro bakery's Instagram has been scrubbed and now you're just working off of your other one. Cause I don't know, it's giving me a red flag for some reason. Don't love the price, right? Or the marketing. So like change those things. Also, you don't have to listen to me, but like, please change it right now. Also, you can just, like I said before, you can have a hobby that doesn't have to pay you. You don't have to do that. You don't have to make as much money as fast as you can all the time for as little effort as possible. Like you don't have to do that. It's exhausting. But it's not exhausting? Your butt. It's refreshing. That is only for people who are subscribed though, because if you are subscribed, your butt instantly looks 500 times better than it did when you weren't subscribed. If you are not subscribed, what is that thing? That's not even a butt. That's just lower back straight to the back of your knees, babe. You try to sit on a toilet, do you just slip right off? What are you doing? It's just bones down there. Stay spicy, feral, delusional, whatever you want. And I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye.